If you live in New York State, you know who Kathy Hochul is. She's the governor that replaced the disgraced Andrew Cuomo. So Hochul just signed a bill into law that will replace the word inmate with incarcerated individual. This is to remove the stigma of words such as felon, convict, or prisoner. In New York, we're doing everything in our power to show that justice and safety can go hand in hand. We can make our streets and communities safer by giving justice-involved individuals the chance to complete the rehabilitation program and work at the same time. By treating all New Yorkers with dignity and respect, we can improve public safety while ensuring New Yorkers have a fair shot at a second chance. So this bill is aimed to treat criminals with dignity and respect. Let's take a look at some people in New York that should be treated with more dignity and respect. This is 44-year-old Hiram Rivera. On August 12th, he was sentenced to 7 years in prison as a second violent felony offender. So his previous stints in jail did not turn him into an upstanding citizen. He's in prison for abducting a woman at gunpoint out of her apartment, putting her in the passenger seat of a vehicle, sitting behind her as someone else drove, crashing the car while being followed by the police while driving at a high rate of speed, dragging the woman out of the car, armed with a hammer and a pistol, and holding her hostage for 3 hours before police took him into custody. He deserves to be treated with the same dignity and respect he treated the woman he abducted with. This is Andrello Brown. He shot and killed Clint Reeder in April of 2022 in Buffalo, New York. He just received a 25-year to life sentence for killing Reeder over a dispute over a girl. I guess he deserves to be treated with dignity and respect too. One of the guys who sponsored this bill, Gustavo Rivera, out of the Bronx, said this about the bill. For too long, we as a society have thought of incarcerated individuals as less than people. The use of the word inmate further dehumanizes and demoralizes them. So these politicians are again putting the criminals, and in this case, the feelings of the criminals, over that of the victims. The Murder Accountability Project created a list of unsolved homicides, and according to their report, from 1980 to 2019, there were around 77,534 homicides in the state of New York. Approximately 47,128 of those murders were solved, leaving around 30,316 unsolved murders in New York. That's 39% unsolved. So while Hochul is worried that a criminal may have his feelings hurt if he's called an inmate, 30,000 people who have murdered someone are out roaming the streets in her state. And those are numbers from 2019. I'm sure it's much higher by now. So all these people who were murdered in New York this year, who were not treated with any dignity or respect by the person who killed them, they don't get a bill passed in New York to help keep the streets safer, or a bill that demands dignity and respect to the families and friends of these people that died. But the people who murdered them, they deserve to be treated with respect. Stuff like this is exactly why we're here at this point we are today with crime in America. I personally don't see how the phrase incarcerated individual is any better sounding than inmate. Victims are still victims, and for these people, they are still no longer with us. And no matter what you call the person who killed them, that will never change. Support this channel and pick yourself up some original crime-related apparel. Look for the link in the description.